We in the building. DJ Gambini, the Renaissance Man, and this is Let's Be Reasonable. Presented to you by Country Vision Studios. We off in the building today, and my guest is.
My name is Lorenzo, but everybody calls me Zoe.
Oh, welcome to the show, Zoe.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me.
You know it ain't no problem. You do a fine job of being my barber, cutting my hair, keeping me looking sharp.
That I do.
Yeah, you used to play a little basketball back in the day, right?
Yeah, man. Right here, homegrown. Grew up in Burke County here. Played under Coach Marshall, Wade Marshall, and basketball has always been the love, man. I ain't 6'5" for nothing.
I heard that. Got to throw the height out there. But the reason why I got you on the show today is we're gonna talk a little bit about this R.Kelly trial.
Okay.
You know, Kel's in big trouble, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big trouble in Little China, man.
He done messed up.
Yeah, we got Kel's out there, and to me, all the evidence that they done showed so far, you know, they giving you bits and pieces because they're not allowing media coverage. Mm-hmm. But they giving you bits and pieces of the testimony and, you know, evidence, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, all these women testifying the same thing, Kelly. And then they show your marriage license to Aaliyah.
Not a good look.
Not at all.
Not a good look. Like, I think he was, like 30, 32 at the time or something like that? 28?
Yeah,
fully a grown man?
But our generation knew that everybody was saying that. And I think my worry is, what does this do to Aaliyah's legacy?
I don't think it tarnishes her legacy at all. Given the fact that she departed this world way too soon, because I would have definitely loved some more Aaliyah hits, but I don't think it bothers her legacy at all. I think she was just a young girl who got caught up in the industry. And at the time, I mean, as far back as I can remember, R.Kelly was the man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that when he first came out with good public announcement. The Born into the 90s album. R. Kelly took over from then. You know,
right.
It was R. Kelly and the public announcement.
That's
you
right.
Know, it was never, the public announcement. So, he been as far as R&B goes, a bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He done anything, but
definitely a legend.
when we go to talking about how he was treating these women, though, come on now, Kel, you got to draw the line somewhere.
So, I do not agree with a grown-ass man messing with 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds.
I don't think nobody agree with that. I mean, in some countries, that's why they so against the Taliban. They probably go with some shit like that.
Hey, what works for them over there? It worked cool, but I'm not with that. Just as a man, I don't have a daughter, but if I did,
right,
I wouldn't want my 15-year-old daughter fucking with no grown-ass man.
Right. Yeah, I can feel that. But Kels, he just, like I said, they making them drink their own urine, say rub feces on their face. I find it interesting that I seen one girl was trying to get an interview with him, and she said when she went to the studio, said Kels now locked her in a room for 3 days and made her sign a non-disclosure act.
I don't believe everything I hear. Like, people add fluff to the story.
She testified this on the oath, man.
People I know too.
Yeah, people allow on the oath, but I mean,
here's where I'm at with the situation. R. Kelly was writing checks to the parents of some of them girls. When them checks stopped, that's when we need to do something about this. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you basically pimped your old daughter out.
Right. I feel the same way about Michael Jackson in that sense too. Mm-hmm. If he was doing that, he did wrong. But how can the parents just fly up under the radar? They just as guilty as Mike or R. Kelly.
I agree. There should be some accountability and responsibility held with the parents. Like,
right.
You knew this was your daughter. You purposely sent her over there,
right,
because you wanted to name drop R. Kelly, make you look good in front of your friends and all that. And at the same time, he was writing them checks.
But I ain't heard no testimony from Aaliyah mom and dad right now. I ain't heard them say nothing.
I haven't either. But if I was in their position, I wouldn't say nothing either.
I know for a fact Aaliyah sales skyrocketed after all this trial started, you know. And I just hate they ain't got it, publicly. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And cause I just feel R.Kelly, you got away with it once, right?
Mm-hmm.
You peed on this person right here on the video.
We all seen the tape.
Yeah, they pretty much got you red-handed, and you ease by with that. But you steady don't understand times is changing. You can't be acting like Mr. Off the Color Purple.
That's right. Hey, this Me Too movement, in which I want to make sure I'm clear. Like, I'm not down in anyone's situation. And I actually saw a video the other day by Ryan Davis, who he made perfect sense to me. He said, to women, the most dangerous things to them is men. It made sense. It clicked for me. And I was like, you know what? A woman walking at night by herself probably is terrified.
Yeah.
She probably ain't got no protection. And then, if it's one guy, maybe two, they trying to shoot their shot. We get it. We guys.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, hey, I just want to take a little scroll and go home safe.
Yeah.
So I do understand that. And as I've gotten older, I hear a lot of stories about just older men, like preying on these young girls, like
that was
family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a common thing. I think, back in the days, I think that was a common thing going on. I can't say I done been around much of it, or whatever.
But let me ask you this right here. Me and my pops was having a conversation the other day, right? And I was like, hey, you know about all these things. Everybody know about all these things. Why was it pushed under the rug? And so that goes back to the R.Kelly thing. Like, why was it pushed under the rug? That's the question.
I don't think it kind of was never like pushed under the rug. These victims just never came forward. I mean, in droves like they have this time, because he got 2 cases going on.
Mm-hmm.
One in Chicago, one in New York. He on trial right now for the one in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, R. Kelly, you might well save your money, bro, and go and do this time they finna give you. Because when they throw racketeering on your charge, your neighbor can say they seen one of the women walking there, and boom, you guilty. You guilty.
The cards are definitely not stacked in his favor.
Man, R. Kelly finna do 100 years, man. I'm telling you, man.
Should he do 100 years? Again,
I don't know, man. Like I say, you peeing on people, wiping feces and shit in people's face, and that's kind of crazy, man.
All right, let me ask you this then. What's the difference between these Instagram models who go to Dubai and get the same thing done to them? Even though they are grown women, but what's the difference?
So women go to Dubai to get pissed and shit on?
To get a check, yeah. Like, that's not a secret.
Oh, man, I ain't know nothing about it. It's news to country vision.
So, my thing is this. As a woman, who is teaching these young women how to be strong queens, upstanding women? Same thing with our young guys.
I don't know. Because, like I said, these women was kind of pushed off on R. Kelly from what it seemed like. From what they say, a bunch of, like, I guess groupies. They say they not groupies, but I don't know. The way you met him kind of was groupie-ish.
Groupie-ish.
Not
even ish.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And like I say, it's the young women that get to me. Now, them grown women, now you had yourself, you put yourself in that predicament. But the young girls, now he could have been manipulating them. Now, the as far as the grown women, now, you grown now, you know what you doing. But the 16, 17, 14-year-old, they probably don't know better than like that. But we going to take a quick break, man, and we going to come right back.
10-4.
We back, and I'm joined in the studio today by Zoe.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, he's a man of many talents, but he uses his talent to cut my hair. Yeah, many more people I reckon, because he does a very good job, man.
Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm glad you was able to make it to the show. Next up, we got the big question:
All right.
to vaccinate or not to vaccinate? That is the question.
Ooh. All right. So, my opinions sometimes are not popular opinions. I'm not vaccinated, but I don't tell nobody to not vaccinate. Those who have, cool. Those who haven't, cool. You know, everybody got different opinions on it, you know? And so my thing is I don't want to be vaccinated because I don't trust it. And it's kind of that simple for me.
A lot of people, when they hear somebody say, okay, I don't trust it, but they be like, you'll trust anything else the doctor get to you.
Not necessarily. Because, like, at one point in time in my life, I would go to the doctor, whatever the doctor said, I'm going along with it. Now when I go to the doctor, hey, man, I'm going to ask some questions. Like, you can't just say, oh, take this and go on. No. Like, I got questions. Like, what's the side effect? I mean, we've all seen medical commercials where they're talking about all the side effects that come with the medicine. So
yeah, down the road, you know,
right.
If you took this, you can sue, join this class action lawsuit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we all took a little talc powder back in the day.
Yeah, my thing is though, for me, as of right now, I think it's more of a timing thing because I've been considering, you know, should I get it or should I not get it? And not too long ago, as of this show, last week, my coworker passed, you know.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Matter of fact, it was week 4 last, end of that week. But he passed from COVID. And, we worked together for like 3-4 years. Right. And, you know, he seemed to be a healthy guy. You know, he had some respiratory issues or whatever, but it make you put things in perspective. Would it have been better for him to be vaccinated or not vaccinated?
That's the question none of us will ever know.
But they saying most of the deaths and hospitalizations are coming from the unvaccinated.
I've actually read different. How true it is, I don't know. So we're getting a lot of mixed information out here. Yeah. And so I always try to make sound decisions. Yeah. And that's why I'm with it. Because once I get vaccinated or once I let them put that shot in my arm, that's it.
Yeah, so COVID misinformation is large.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Facebook, if you even mention the word COVID, they're going to put it up under your post about, that's right. For COVID information, go here, this and this and that. But when you read that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask you this right here. You got to think about mass media. What is their job? What do they get paid to do?
I don't know. Force opinion on you. They're supposed to keep you informed. That's what they're supposed to do.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
Do they do that?
No, they create hysteria.
Create narratives.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to ask yourself those questions. All right. All the politicians and celebrities, go get vaccinated. Like, I even seen this one post where the CDC paid Juvenile to revamp the classic song, Back That Ass Up. Mm-hmm. Why?
Remake it to what?
Like, go vax that thing up.
No.
Like, so you ain't seen that?
I want to see that.
Yeah, they paid him. How much they paid him? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not my business. But you took a classic song that's very popular in the black community, right? And you're marketing this to black people. And I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but I ain't seen Garth Brooks do a song. I ain't seen other artists do a song trying to get people to go get vaccinated. Why? Like, I seen, I think it was the state of Michigan, where they were offering people basically a chance at $1 million to come get vaccinated. You come get vaccinated?
Yeah, I seen that.
You're entering into a lottery to win $1 million. Why?
Yeah.
You got to think about that. Why?
They doing a little picky and pokey stuff to try to force people into vaccination. But Joe Biden is knuckling down now. He's saying, private sector, we need y'all to mandate vaccination for your employment. the federal government. If you are employee of the federal government, you have to be vaccinated.
Right.
It was talking about making it mandatory for the army. They trying to push it on you.
And I understand that, but I don't agree with it. And yes, I've had people in my family to get COVID. For me and my family, everybody has pulled through. And I know some people out there have lost some loved ones, so they may not agree with what I'm about to say. But we're calling this a pandemic. Out of all the people who have been tested and have gotten COVID versus the death rate of COVID, we're talking about 2% death rate. Table salt, regular table salt kills more people in a year. Over, let's say a year. Diabetes kills more people than COVID ever has.
Well, when you go to talking about numbers, I think numbers be misleading sometimes due to the fact that, okay, some guy died from a heart attack.
Right.
But he got COVID. They still gonna say that's a COVID death. So how many times has this happened when it's not the actual COVID that killed somebody, but it's still labeled a COVID death?
Oh, that happens way more than we think. Because when the last time you heard somebody catching the flu? You know what I mean?
They had the flu. The flu had high numbers amongst the COVID pandemic. You say it's not, but amongst the pandemic, the flu numbers were still high.
But they calling it COVID though.
But they were still saying people was dying from COVID. And like I said, when you talking about getting the shot, I do understand where the vaccinated people are coming from.
I do.
I totally understand that they are, you can protect yourself as well as others, but you can still catch COVID with the shot. With the vaccination, you still can catch COVID. That meaning that, okay, you could catch COVID, don't know you got COVID, go around and spread COVID more quickly and more easily than somebody who ain't vaccinated and gonna end up sick.
That's right.
And they gonna know, okay, I don't need to go around people.
That's right. I think it really goes back to the individual. Like, protect yourself.
Right.
Don't worry about everybody else.
Right.
Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, when you in your house, you got your lights all. That's your house. That's your domain.
Right.
You good. But, be mindful of who you invite into your house.
Yeah.
And then also be mindful of when you go out into the public.
Right.
Wear your mask.
Right.
Protect yourself.
Right. Worry about yourself. Because, like I said, it was getting to the point where, asking vaccination status is rude.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be asking people whether they vaccinated or not. You just worry about your status.
And I agree with that.
And if you have so much confidence in the shot, you shouldn't worry about whether the next person vaccinated or not, because that's their decision.
Right. And so that's my thing with it. Like, if you are a vaccinated person, right, and you have a friend, family member, whatever, who's not vaccinated, you don't have to treat them bad. Just
and try to force it on people.
You're protecting yourself. Hey, if that's what they choose to do, they should be allowed to do that.
Yeah, it was one of them great scholars that said force meets resistance or whatever. You try to force something on somebody, they're going to resist it or whatever, as long as humanly possible. But like I said, I can understand. Like I said, don't let nobody tell you what to do. It's your choice. You know who you got to protect and your, conditions. Now, one thing I do believe is people with the pre-existing conditions. Now, that's done been a constant since COVID been out. Before the Delta variant came, it was always these people with the underlying health conditions.
That's right.
I believe that they better be more safe than sorry. And like I said, I'm probably going to end up getting the shot. I just ain't got it yet.
So those people, like, you just got to take those extra precautions.
All right.
Like, you really got to be mindful of it.
Right.
So whether they want to get vaccinated or not is, hey, I know I got some certain health conditions going on. Let me protect myself at all costs.
Right. When it come to vaccination, like I say, it's your decision. Me and my wife talk about it, and I tell her, even if I was to get the shot and you don't. I'm not gonna tell you better get that shot. I'm not finna say nothing like that.
That's right.
And I expect you to have the same respect for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me, roll the dice or, do whatever I'm doing with my life or my vaccination status. And just because me and you walk up and having a conversation, don't just blurt out, "Hey, you vaccinated?"
Yeah, see, that's when, as I like to say, you stepping on toes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not your business whether I am or not. Protect yourself. Even to being vaccinated, still mask up, like, and keep social distancing.
Right.
And we both stay safe.
Right. But one more thing before we get ready to cut this one. It's finna become fall.
Right.
And that's when the COVID rates go up and stuff. So everybody make sure you protect yourself. And if you feel like you need to get the shot, get the shot. If you don't want to get the shot, you want to try to ride this thing out, ride it out. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. We back, and the last subject we're gonna cover is these new Apple upgrades that done came out, right? They done got a program that's gonna search through your pictures that's uploaded to the cloud and search for child pornography.
Is it a bad thing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes maybe let's say you have a petite woman in there and she's small, and it mistake it for a child, and that could blow up a whole situation about nothing.
Okay, so take a situation like that. If it's legit, hey, here's who this is. Here's our ID. No harm, no foul, right?
Really?
No harm, no foul, right?
No, I'm totally against that.
But okay, so we live in the digital age, right?
Right.
Do you remember analog TV?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they came out and said, "Hey, look, we are cutting off analog"? Right. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
So in the digital age, like what a lot of people don't know, like everybody kind of sets their page to private and stuff like that. But here's the thing: when you take a picture with your phone, most times your pictures automatically upload to the cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once it goes digital, it's out there. Like, you putting it in the world. So I always try to tell people, hey, look, be mindful of what you taking photos and saving photos of, because it's digital.
Yeah. Now I get that. Now you got to be mindful and know what you're uploading to, like, social media sites, things on the internet. But a lot of people think that their cloud should be private.
I think your cloud should be private, but like those people out there who are, I mean, when you got like clear case of, hey, this guy's a damn pedophile.
Yeah.
Call him out.
I mean, call them out, but like I say, what if it get in the way of somebody else that's not a pedophile?
Like, when you say that, I don't understand what you mean, because like pedophilia is pedophilia.
Right.
Like, you're a grown man. What you doing with this little 6-year-old girl pictures in your phone? You know?
But what stipulations is this system? Remember now, this is a computer program. Is it gonna be telling the difference between a small woman or a small child? Like I said, I just feel like that's just an invasion of privacy, and I'm not trying to protect no people that do that, because they need to go to jail, because that is wrong. But at the same time, normal people that do normal things that might have something on the cloud is now being investigated. And like I said, if it makes a mistake, it could put people out there that's not even, because once you get labeled something by public opinion, that's what you is.
That's
whether
right.
you guilty or not.
That's right.
All they had to do was say, well, the iCloud say Gambino had a picture of naked children in his phone, and that couldn't even been the case.
Or say that's a narrative. That's different. Like, if he didn't, let's say he didn't, right? And somebody gets hold of it and put it out there. Once that train rolls off from the station, you ain't gonna stop that train.
Yeah.
But as a human, as a person, right? Like, I put it like this. This is how I live my life. I don't do nothing that I can't do in front of my grandmother or the police. Now, I know some people out there, they say I'm dope, cool. You still ain't got to take no pictures of that. You staying out. You staying out to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain way you must conduct yourself out here, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like especially like the younger generation, they put everything online, all on their snaps and all that. It's like I got a young fella right now who works for me, 19 years old, love the guy, and he might sell a little weed here and there. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm like, hey man, stop putting that out there. Stop taking pictures of certain shit.
Yeah.
You telling on yourself. Ain't nobody snitching on you. You snitching on yourself.
So you basically saying use your camera phone at your own risk.
Basically.
Yeah, I guess, but I still think they kind of invading privacy with that.
Is it an invasion of privacy? I'm gonna say I don't think so.
I think so. I think that's a slap invasion of privacy. Now, do I think these people need to be caught and go into jail? Yeah. But do I think that normal people that's not doing that should be strip searched, basically,
No.
digitally strip searched?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
way.
That's not what I'm saying at all. So as a sound, and I'm talking about 25 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit about 25, like you pretty much, you are who you are, and then you gonna know certain things. I can kind of agree with you, and I see your point. Like, isn't it an invasion of privacy? Yes, but not really, because like I have a genuine love for children, right? And so I wouldn't want no one's kids, and my kids either, to be exposed to certain things. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm trying to get my words here together, but
Take your time.
no. But I don't know. I keep going back to, hey, look, if there's a pedophile who lives in my neighborhood, but on the surface acts like a genuine good person, blah blah blah. No, that's some information I would want to know. So it's not necessarily privacy, because if my kids go outside and play,
I can dig that, but you're not technically a pedophile until you proven guilty in a court of law. And I mean, like, you gotta understand some people's situation is different than others. I mean, some people that we classify as pedophiles might not actually truly be a pedophile. They just did something fucked up.
Okay, so let's say being a 30-year-old man and you see a 18-year-old girl, and there's a lot of 18-year-olds. Let's say they don't look like an 18-year-old. She might look like she's 22.
An 18-year-old technically grown.
Okay, let's say a 16-year-old,
You're
but she
wrong
looks
for
like, she's 22. Like, you see how provocative these young females are dressing. Is he really a pedophile? No, that's not what I call pedophilia. I'm talking about when clearly this is a 12-year-old and you a grown 40-year-old man, and you touching on this young girl like that. Like, no, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. But that still, to me, I mean, if you, like I said, I just don't trust computers siphoning through people's pictures to flag them. Because like right now, you can say anything on Facebook and they flagging it. And a lot of times you only saying something simple, but they take it as this doesn't, go with our standards and our community, taking your post down, sending you to Facebook jail or whatever.
I've never been sent to Facebook jail, and honestly, I don't see how a lot of these
they
people
almost
get
got me.
sent to.
They almost got me the other day, man, messing around with Wilt, man, and I quoted Django when he said,
that's one of my favorite movies. By the way.
Yeah, I quoted that, and boy, they sent me the message, basically let me know I was on probation.
Okay, so the community standards, I get it. What are the community standards like? So is it freedom of speech or no?
I don't know. Just like I say though, that I just believe they can't tell us they don't invade our privacy anyway, because I believe
the NSA been doing that.
Yeah, I believe these cameras start recording and stop recording when they get ready.
Oh yeah,
trigger words.
So have you been having a conversation with one of your homeboys or something, right? You might be talking about going on a vacation in Dubai, and then next thing you know, you start getting ads for vacation in Dubai.
There you go.
Like, you never searched anything in your phone, but
Right.
then now you start getting ads on there.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I said this publicly. I think I got it on my page. Like, I wish Facebook would do like kind of like the games do, where hey, you can pay this fee and you'll see no ads. Like, when I go on my Facebook, I don't want to see ads.
Oh no, they making
Like,
a killing. They making a killing off them ads.
Oh yeah, and I get it from a business perspective.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I
Like-
do an ad, maybe a $10 ad, maybe.
And that's okay. Like, me too. Like, I'm a contractor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to get my name out there even more and get more business. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm with the ads, but for me personally, when I go on my Facebook, right, I want to go and I want to see what my friends, family, and stuff have posted without seeing something I searched 3 days ago keep popping up.
So what you saying that, right? You saying that you basically didn't give them no permission to be in your private conversation about the buy. So basically they
Well, no, actually you did, because
No, because if your phone wasn't on and they just eavesdropping while y'all talking, you did not give them permission to do that.
well, guess what? When you turn that phone on, it just about every website you go to, it's a terms and conditions. Must accept. Who reads it?
Well, one
read-
thing I
It's
will
in
say,
there.
but one thing I will say that Apple did do good. They asked, "Do you want people to get your information when you go to a site? Do you want them to track your information or whatever?" They ask you that, and most of the time I click no.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I don't
if they
want
give me
nobody
that
tracking me.
option, but most times they put it in the terms and conditions, and if you don't accept, then you can't get onto whatever site, stuff like that,
Yeah.
or app or whatever. But I'm not. I'll put it like this: I'm about 70% for what Apple is doing, 30% against.
I'm against that.
Again, so I asked the realistic question of, all right, what are you doing that you don't want to be seen? And it's a rhetorical question more so, but all right.
I mean, some people might want to get freaky in the bedroom with their wives. Not particularly saying me, and not saying not me, but saying, but saying that they
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But you're right. But what if this machine accidentally flags it, and now y'all business all over the place just because it got flagged? And like we said earlier, once that ball get to rolling,
But I don't think that's Apple's goal. I think
it's not their goal, but
think
that's
they're
what's gonna happen.
I think they're going for indisputable evidence.
I don't want them to email me about nothing. Cause first time you see that boy, your heart probably will drop down to your damn nut. time you see that shit, you be like, what?
I think it's the indisputable evidence. Like,
And
43-year-old man, single, you got nothing but kids in your phone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Let's look at this more.
if they doing it to that level, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Cause
But,
I
like,
mean, that's
okay,
strange.
here's
but
a guy who just in the bedroom with his wife. Okay, nobody's gonna bother you. Somebody seen it, but nobody's gonna
yeah, it
bother you.
did. But guess what? Actually, humans have to review this. And what if they want to damn say, well, I seen this while I was doing this? See, it just gets you. Like I say, it's best not to use the cloud because you do have the option not to use the cloud. They can't search your phone. They can search the actual cloud. It's what you upload to the cloud.
Right. And so a lot of us like automatic backup.
Yeah.
I'm on automatic backup. So like every picture I take, it's automatically backed up to the cloud, and then I got a memory card in my phone to where I actually got it right here.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I always liked about Android. The fact that you can.
Well, I'm
use
an
a-
Android fan.
Yeah, you can remove that memory card. Apple, if your phone ain't
Can
got
you
but
put one in there?
yeah, but I got a big one, so I got like 60 gigabytes, so I can pretty much save everything on that. But
Right.
but I'd rather have it where I can pull that memory chip out and move it around how I want, especially since doing the podcasting and stuff on the computer and stuff. It's easier to just plug that in
That's right.
and get what you need.
That's right. We all talk about privacy, and yes, as human beings, as citizens of the United States, we do need and deserve a level of privacy. Like, some of the things that the NSA do, I don't agree with. But I do want to know if there's a pedophile living next door or in my neighborhood.
Well, they technically do that in the newspaper. I mean,
How you figure that though?
They have to. Well, if they done got caught, they have to register.
Right. Okay. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like before then. So like, how do I know that James down the street ain't looking at my 13-year-old daughter?
I don't know, but
taking pictures and doing search. Like, yes. So that's why I'm more so for it, because I can prevent something before it happens. I'm with it.
I'm not. Like I say, I believe that innocent people can get caught up in that. That's just my point of view on it.
Okay, so collateral damage?
No. I think they've been doing a fine job of catching these people without going through people's pictures.
Okay, so, all right, switch topics for a second. That's just like, I'm 38 years old. Just had a birthday this past Friday, right?
Happy birthday. Happy late birthday.
Oh, man, appreciate it. So, like, man, I've talked to a lot of females just in my family. I'm just going to keep it right there. Who are now coming out telling stories about things that happened when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
That they couldn't tell back then.
Right.
That same thing is still going on. So, yeah, I got young nieces now, you know, I got young kids now, and so it ain't just the women, it's the little boys that are being touched too. We talked about, you know, R.Kelly a little bit earlier on this podcast. Like, we actually watched him say he was basically taken advantage of by a grown woman when he was like, I think 11 years old. So it's happening to little boys and girls. So is my privacy worth that much to save a child? A child? No.
It ain't just my privacy the way I look at it. Like I said, they shouldn't be snooping through people's phones and going through people's pictures like that. But like I say, you said terms and conditions.
Right. It's in the terms and conditions.
Yeah, if you choose to upload whatever and you get caught, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, I've seen, the first time I seen it was when the guy stole the police, saw the police department sign, and this fool jumped on social media with it around his neck.
Okay, so is that privacy? No, that's just somebody being stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but if his page was private, how the police seen it?
Well, okay, so, and that's what I said earlier, like, when you make your page private, it ain't private. Please understand that. It's not private, okay?
It's just that certain people can't see it.
Right, certain people can't see it, but it ain't private. Like, once it hits the internet, basically, it's like you shared it to 7 billion people that live on this planet.
Yeah. But I'm going to cut you off right there because we kind of ran this one over a little bit. Good talk, though.
Oh, yeah.
But you on Facebook?
I am. You can find me on Facebook at Lorenzo Davis. You can find me on Instagram at StringBean65. I'm on TikTok, StringBean65. I'm actually on Snapchat, same handle. That's where you
okay, cool beans.
Can find us at.
I ain't got to tell you where y'all can find us at. Y'all know we all over the place, and you know how to get hold to us. RM Gambini, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, most definitely, Anchor FM, Spotify, Applecast. We all over the place. I want to thank you for coming to the show, Zoe. And on behalf of me and Zoe, I'd like to wish y'all peace and prosperity.
But before we get them gone, I did want to say that, hey, as he said earlier, I am a barber right here, local in the Waynesboro area. I'm the best one-handed barber you ever seen. Come check me out if you're ever in the area. And again, thank you for having me on your podcast. Man, it's a pleasure to be here.
No problem. I think you the first one that ended our ritual of Kobe Bryant at the end. But
hey, man, go ahead, do
it
again, man. Do it again.
Hey, but on behalf of me and Zoe, I'd like to wish y'all peace and prosperity.